Everybody, welcome back for another video. We're taking our drills for solo work and attaching them to the partner equivalent. And yeah, that means even the warm-ups are attached to something effective for our jiu-jitsu game. If you don't do that, then you might as well be doing any other kind of calisthenic or exercise, but we've got to be doing that. It's motion that supports your jiu-jitsu. So that's what we're looking at. Let's get started with some warm-ups. 1 minute of jumping jacks here, but we're going to go forward and backward with it. So as we jump forward and backward, we're going to really be moving our arms up in front and in back as we jump forward and backward here. Okay, so 1 minute. You ready? And go. Almost done. And stop. Good. All right. Now we're going to take this down on the mat. We're going to do some hip outs with crunches. So start on my back. My hands are in position. My feet are up close to my butt. I'm going to arch, push out, pull back in, and when I pull back in, go ahead and pull back into this butterfly position, and then we're going to sit it all the way up, and then all the way back. And then we repeat, other side, hip out, pull it back in, butterfly guard, sit it up, sit it back, and then we continue. We're going to do a 10 count, 1 count on one side, next on the other side, 5 on each, total of 10. Ready? Slide forward here. All right, I'll slide backward then. Ready? And 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. Good. All right. Now we're going to do something called Around the Worlds. We're going to be working on switching our feet. So I'm coming up, hips driving forward, switch the feet around behind, sit down, then we swing the legs around, and we repeat. Okay? About halfway through, I'm going to ask you to switch, and then you simply start swinging the legs other way around as we go. Okay? So they're coming around behind you, then in front of you, and on repeat, round the world like that. Ready?
Yeah.
Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and switch it. 1, go around, up, 2, around, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. All right. So now let's shift into some bridges. Then we'll do some sit-outs and back steps, and we'll get started. Okay? So we're going to bridge, get our feet in close, and we're bridging, shooting that belt up to the sky and reaching over one shoulder or the other. Each time you come back, bridge it up and reach to the other side. Okay? Ready? And 1, bridge, and reach. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, so turn it over. So I'm going to sit it out here, bring it back, and back step over this way and up. Then the next one, sitting it out here, bring it back step, and back over. Okay? Aylin, scoot forward a little bit and to the side a little bit. Go. And Caden, scoot backward a little bit. All right. And that's everybody sit out, left leg. Yep, that's the side. Ready? And 1, sit it out, back step, trying to step on Caden. 2, sit it out, back step. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. Now, taking our warm-ups, taking the conditioning, and connecting that to what we're doing when we're rolling or when we're drilling. And let's take a look at that hip out and butterfly crunch that we were doing at the beginning. Okay? So, head that direction. Okay? So Caden's on his back, and I'm in mount. Okay? So he's going to work that hip out. It's got to work with that bridge. If he doesn't work the bridge, he doesn't off balance me the way he needs to. The hip out gets his hips out. If he needs to, he can hip a second time just to push a little bit farther. I've got long legs. Then he's going to reacquire the guard, pulling back in, and he pulls into the butterfly position. He's going to sit up, and he's going to work for his hooks. Over, under, okay? And from here, normal drill, we're not going to do this today, but normal drill, he'd kind of rock it back. He'd kick his legs forward, and he'd get me off balance here so he could do a butterfly sweep and come up on top. For right now, we're just going to work it the same way we did with the warm-up, where we're doing the hip out, hip back in, pulling up to that butterfly position, and doing the sit-up, okay? So we'll do a few for Caden, and we'll do a few for Aylin, so you guys can see that and follow along at home. If you don't have a partner, think about grabbing a chair. that you can weight down just a little bit, or the edge of the couch, so that as you work on hipping out, you can slide your feet under something. The chair is going to be your better bet, especially if you've got one of those that sits up a little bit higher. You could sit that on either side of your hips and really work that out of there. Okay, depends on your hips. It depends on your chair. Okay, if you've got an itty bitty chair, or you've got some decent sized hips, maybe that's not going to work so well. But those are some options that you've got. You can always experiment with other things that you've got at home. I'm looking at a table we've got in the corner right now that looks like it's got about the right leg distance for me to be working those hip outs. And I see a chair sitting right next to it that absolutely wouldn't work for me. So look for what you've got and make what you've got work. If you've got a partner at home, then this part's going to be great for you. Okay, so I'm on mount. He's hips out, sits it into butterfly, and sits up. Okay, then he's going to rock it back. And for the sake of this drill, we're just going to kind of let him ooch this way a little bit. And we'll pull him way back. And then we'll make our way down the mat. And then it'll be Aylin's turn. Okay, so frames, bridge, hip out. Okay, this is where it's really important when you're doing that hip out that you don't just slide yourself out. You actually bridge the hip out all the way up and over, because that helps. You bridge and keep that hip up as you come out. Then you can reacquire into that butterfly with that reverse shrimp. Okay? So bridge it, keep the bridge as you hip out to force that space. All right, so Aylin is going to lay down, and Caden's going to be up on top in mount. Turn your head this way and slide your toes to the edge of the mat there. And Caden comes up on top. All right, so just repeat if you're doing this at home, or if you've got a partner, let them swap this one in. Okay, so we get our bridge, we get our frame, and we hip out. Good. And then we bring that with the reverse shrimp up into our butterfly position. Having those hooks really helps that crunch. Okay, so she's going to bridge, frame, hip out. If she needs to, she's going to push and hip again. But try to force those hips up while you do the shrimp. Okay, so bridge it up to off balance them. Keep that bridge, keep those hips up. Pull it in. You can go ahead and reach up and grab them with your hands. Okay, do one more. Good. All right, so let's move on into another drill. We're going to grab a heavy bag here, or a pad, or whatever's going to work for you, and we're going to be working an arm bar drill. Okay, so I'm going to grab this one here, and I'm going to be in guard. Okay, we were working an arm bar drill the last time from mount. Well, now we're going to be in guard. So I've got to remember that I am always pulling an arm across as I do this, and then I'm going to be working a foot to the hips. Okay, for this case, I don't have hips, so I'm probably going to plant the feet on the floor, or I'm going to adjust some way or another. It's not going to work exactly without a live partner, and you'll see the differences here in a second. So I would ordinarily be pulling, but in this case, I'm just going to kind of keep my hands on the pad, because it's going to fall over if I don't. All right. So from here, this would be my foot on the hip. I don't have a hip, and if I try to push it, the pad's going away. So I'm going to be twisting in here. I go ahead and get a grip on the bottom of the pad. I might be doing that anyway with this arm bar. And where I'd be ordinarily isolating the arm up here, I don't have an arm, so I'm just steadying the pad. So that if I slide this up over the head, don't cross those feet, but this is your position. Then I can just simply swing this back around, and I'm in guard on this side. So I'm coming around, secure with that foot, swing this one up, swing it back, and reset your position. Okay? So, why don't you let her have that pad that's a little bit skinnier around, and you can have this pad. slide over a little bit. All right, you ready? And let's begin. Okay, so this one secures up there, and then this one's going to be the one coming around. Yep, and swing it back. Okay. I know you don't have the counterbalance, but try to shoot those hips up. And again, go. Hip out. Yep, that's the leg that's held up there. Yeah, I know. The pad does not have its own balance. It relies on you. So swing it back. Okay. And again, go. Yep. And if you knock the pad over with that arm bar, that's okay. As long as it's not stacking you up and you're the one that's swinging it over, that's okay. That happens when we're doing the drill or we're rolling live anyway. Okay? And again, go. And swing it back. And 5, go. Shifting. Yep. That's why you need to anchor that foot in, because it helps give you a little bit of push. More push if you've got a live partner to work with, because this dead weight here is not very cooperative. All right, let's finish up with just a few more. 6. So hips, anchor, swing it, and back. 7. There you go. See how much easier it is when you get that other foot up there? And 8. This will be our last one. Alright. Don't create too much space. Hip it away from your partner or away from your bag. Otherwise, you'd have already lost that arm bar and they're already most of the way past your guard. Alright. So the next thing we're going to do, we're not going to use this where we squish it. But now we're going to lay down on this thing, not front ways, but back ways here. Okay, so I'm laying on it here. I'm going to bridge, and I'm driving my shoulder blades in, and I'm going to start walking. Walk, walk, walk. Then I'm going to thread my trailing foot underneath here, and then come over and work up in that side control. Okay. Again, we're here. I'm bridging, driving my shoulders in. I walk, big steps now. Walk, walk, and then from here, I can drive in under into side control. Okay. You probably already guessed the application of this one. So let's drill this. And then we'll see how we apply that with a partner. So when you're doing bridges, here's an application. So bridge, big steps. Step, 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 and then under. And reset. Get out of the way of cadence steps here. Ready? And 2, bridge, step, 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 and thread it under. Thread under the other direction for right now, okay? On your back. So the trailing foot's the one that's going to go under right now. So bridge it up, drive your shoulder blades in, step, 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 thread under. That's the one. And reset. Ready? And bridge, step, step, step. Thread that trailing foot. No, other foot, Aylin. Other foot, Aylin. Go back on your back. So it'll be your right foot this time. Under. There it is. Okay? And if you can bring that hand in to your ribs and dive it under and around, you'll be doing a whole lot better. Okay? Check out one of the previous videos that I did just a few weeks back. And we actually did some shoulder contact transitions with a heavy bag that address this same kind of transition where you want to keep the shoulder in contact and the hand comes down underneath. Okay, so one more time on each side. On your back. And bridge. Walk, walk, walk. And take that trailing side arm under. There you go. Good. All right. On your back. One last one. And bridge. Walk, walk, walk. Trailing side under. Fell off, didn't you? It's easier to do when you got a partner. So let's take a look at that. Also, the squishier pads make it a little bit harder as well. Okay? Aileen, can you step off and push that pad back in here? Get rid of this gap. Good. All right. So, we're in here, and Caden has had his back taken. Oh no. So he's going to escape, right? I've got hooks in, and I'm working one side or the other, and he wants to eliminate my ability to choke him here. So he's bridging back, okay? And then he starts walking. He's walking to step around those legs, and he dives in under. Make sure that trailing arm sucks into your chest and goes under you instead of over you, okay? So he comes back. So he's driving himself backwards, and then he starts stepping. There it is. Okay? Reset. Now, the first few steps, and you may have to do more than 1, 2, 3. So come on back in. All right? So he's driving back. The first few steps may just be working to kind of turn me over on my side. So he may not be able to on the first few steps. There, he's got me to the side. I can't hold that hook up there anymore. Good. Come back. So if you've got to take a few starting steps, come on back. To get them to turn, you're doing what you're supposed to do. Okay? Ready? And go. Start attacking and stepping. As soon as you can clear that leg, you do it. And under and to side control. Okay? So let's let Aylin do that. So come on in the center, Caden. Around in the back. Go ahead, hooks in. All right. So he's trying to pull back, and she's like, okay, I'll go that way. So she drives back into him, starts stepping 1, 2, 3. Look at that leg to straighten out. Now she's over. Now she can thread, drive, side control. Good. So you may not get that 1, 2, 3 step right away. That 1, 2, 3 step may come after you get them turned on their side, and that's just fine. Let's do it a few more times. So she drives back, pushing back and big bridge, and then she's going to start stepping. She keeps stepping and driving back so that he starts having to turn to his side, and then she's up and over. And drives. Good. Let's do 2 more. Okay. Make sure you're stepping and driving into him first, and then start stepping to the side. Ready? So push into him, push upward into him, back, big bridge. There you go. Keep that bridge and keep stepping. Big bridge, keep stepping. Out she goes. 1, 2, and then she's ready to turn under and into him. All right, one more time. So she starts stepping. His guard's open all right away. He's lost the hook, so she could start turning right away. Good. All right. So this doesn't negate the strategy of starting to work things loose and then just simply turning around in their back control and ending up in their guard. Okay, that may be a safer thing for you to do. You may not be able to get all the way out. They may have a choke that's in that you need to escape a lot quicker than you need to escape the position. You've got to make that decision. But this is just one of those basic back escapes where you step out and get into that side control. So you've seen you can set up some stuff at home and work that motion. and use that transition with that shoulder pressure to get out of that and into side control. Okay, so application of your basic drills, your warm-ups, find those connections so that you have that mindset in place when you're doing the warm-ups, when you're doing the drills. Otherwise, you're going to be really, really tempted to skip it because you think, oh, I get everything I need from rolling. Well, you need those conditioning drills, you need those partner drills to develop the skills you need to roll well. And if you're not thinking about doing those exercises with an opponent in mind, then you may as well be dancing. Okay? And the same is true of any martial art that you do. If you're not thinking about applying the technique and challenging the technique, you might as well just be dancing. Okay? There's a lot of fun in dancing, but don't call it a martial art, don't call it self-defense. All right? So, let me get off that soapbox and let's finish up with some stretches, and that'll close out the video for today. Okay? We're going to start from a seated position, so give yourself some space here. And our legs are out in front of us, feet are close together, and reach. My legs are really tight today, so I'm not reaching very far right now. Aylin's got those toes. I can't get those toes right now, but I can feel it start to loosen up, so I'm going to walk my hands up just a little bit. We're going to hold for a good long count, and relax. Then bring one leg in with a modified hurdler stretch, and still working against a straight leg, reach it out. Try not to let your body turn. Reach both arms out and pull. Good. Now bring that leg from the ground up and over. Thread the opposite arm through and twist. Good. Come back. Hug up underneath that knee. And down. All right, straighten it out. And other leg in. Reach. Good. All right. Bring the leg across. Set it down. Thread through and twist. Good. Come back. Hug up under that knee. Good. All right. Legs out as wide as you can go. And today is not a very wide leg day for me. Reach it out. And reach it over to one side. Again, not just with one arm, but with both. Try to keep those shoulders square as you pull down. And to the other side. Good. And start to turn to one side. Let those legs turn over. Bring the foot in. And relax it back. Straighten the leg out and turn it over to the other side. Pulling the foot in. And come up. And relax it back. Good. All right. So that is the video for today. Hope you enjoyed that. Don't know how much longer we've got with this whole safer at home, but we are going to stay safe at home, and we're going to train while we're at home so that we haven't lost much when we get back. We've got a lot of things to try to apply from our solo drills once we get back with our partners, so we hope to see you guys soon.